Believe where I am or not. We're not live?
You're live.
We're live.
Wow.
I was talking a little bit early. Hi, Crafty fam. It's Alex Vanover, and I am somewhere different with my bestie.
Yay!
So exciting.
We're excited.
So I'm in the 143 Vinyl Studio today because we released the DIY Alex Winter Collection prints. So we're gonna look at all of those, and we're gonna do a project today. And this is my friend Heather.
Hey guys.
If you guys remember from way back in the day, Heather and I are the OG social media team at 143 Vinyl. So we went live together at least once a week for a couple of years. And we called ourselves the Hot Mess Express because with the two of us, there's always a hot mess.
Always. So I'm not really sure what she's thinking putting me on here with her. So this could get very interesting.
It will get very interesting. I promise it will. I guarantee it, in fact. And we've got Marvin working the cameras today, so make sure to say hello to him. So make sure to let us know that you can hear us okay and see us okay and all that stuff. Stephanie said, my heart is so happy right now. Mine too, Stephanie, because I realized Heather has never been on my YouTube channel.
I haven't.
What the heck? What the heck?
Ever.
I know. Like, this is way overdue. So I'm so excited that we're live today because it's going to be so much fun.
They want to know what Starbucks drinks we're drinking because you know we have Starbucks. Hot Mess
course we
Express
do.
always has some Starbucks.
I'm joking.
Are you joking?
I haven't even drank it.
Breathe, baby, breathe.
Here we go. Here we go. What are we drinking? I don't even remember.
We are drinking skinny vanilla lattes with coconut milk.
That's
The adhesive, it doesn't have to be HTV, it can be adhesive.
yeah, we are waiting on one last pattern, and then we'll show y'all all the patterns. But see,
Yes.
we're already choking, and we haven't even got started
I know,
yet.
we just started.
But Michael brought these to us.
I know, Mr. Crafty Pants brought us
He
these.
did. Isn't he
the
the sweetest? He's the best.
He's so sweet.
He's
So
the
sweet.
greatest of all time. And we're doing something brand new. I have never streamed to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page at the same time. And we can see all of your comments. Hi, Mom.
We are
It's
just
not fancy.
we're just causing all
We
sorts of
we
chaos.
fancy like, what's that song?
Applebee's.
On a date night and streaming on both at the same time.
Oh,
I'm
sweet
so
baby
excited.
Jesus.
Marvin is laughing at my bad joke.
I'm just gonna let you keep going. I'm just gonna
There's
sit back and
there's
watch,
something
guys.
about Heather that just stirs up some rowdiness in me.
And
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
even doing anything. Like I just sit back and watch what's gonna happen next.
She just lets me have a meltdown all
It
by
does.
myself.
I'm here
It's
for
a great
support.
time.
That's what it is. She knows it's okay. There's no judgment here.
That's right. That's right. So I hope you guys have your volume turned down because we're gonna blow your eardrums at least a couple times
We're
with
super
our
loud.
cackling.
Yes.
So just be ready for it in case you are not
Yeah,
familiar.
we don't
with
laugh,
all that.
we don't giggle, we cackle like
We
real
cackle, and
crafters.
it's loud. In
Yes.
fact, right before we started, Heather was doing her Ursula laugh for us. She has this super low, super deep laugh that I called a long time ago her Ursula
And
laugh.
she's like, you sound like Ursula. I'm like, what are you saying about
you know,
me
like
right
when
now?
Ursula is like rising up to sea wish and she's like, whoa. That's Heather when she laughs really deep.
I did it right before the live started, just to get her in the right mindset.
Just to get me going.
Yep.
So much fun. My mom said we are the dynamic duo. It's true.
Aw, your mom's so sweet.
Yeah, she's the best.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, sis. I'm so glad you're here. And Lindsay said she missed the Hot Mess Express. Me too. I'm gonna have to come in. We're gonna have to go live more often.
We're gonna
This
have
is
to.
fun.
I have a table in my office. You can set up shop
There you go. There we go.
That's fine.
I'll just park it in Heather's office and we'll start working from there all the time.
all the time. It's like Black Friday last year.
Girl, we went live I don't even know how many times
Oh my
last
gosh,
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Let me tell you, friend. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like 5 or 6 times, maybe in the same day. It's probably a record.
It is.
Mhm.
My poor marketing team now, I make them go live every day.
Every single day.
Every
Those
day.
poor things.
Every
Those poor
day.
Those poor things.
Aw,
Cool.
your mom said hi to me. I feel so special.
I told her I was going live with you, and I was like, it's gonna be so fun. It's been a long time. And we told you guys that when I left 143, that it would not be the last time. And we've gone live a few times on 143's
We
Facebook
have, but
page,
not
and that's been
yours.
good. But it's not the same.
Alex has never invited me to hang out with you guys. I thought I was her crafting best friend. But
Are you kidding me? We just had a craft night back in the summertime, but we
did.
decided not to get on YouTube. We were
did.
just being in the moment and having
We
fun.
were.
Because even though I love being on YouTube, it is work.
Yes.
So we decided to not work. But you're gonna have to come over and then work.
and then we'll work.
We'll work.
Oh,
Yay!
Kate's back.
them all.
That's fine, Kate.
That's fine. Thank
Everybody
you.
say hi to Kate.
Everybody.
All right, you want to talk about these?
Oh, we love you guys too. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about all the names of all of the prints so that I can introduce them all to you, and then we'll talk about our
I don't have our
project today.
cheat sheet.
That's okay.
You remember?
We'll try to
We
remember.
got this. We got this. We've had Starbucks. We had a little break in between. I turned the air conditioning on because
did.
we were sweating
You were
so bad.
sweating.
Oh
Yes.
my
It was
gosh.
hot
I'll
up
tell
in
you.
here.
Wow.
So is this all of them then? Okay, guys.
This is all
so
of
we don't
them.
need this. Okay. Yay. Marvin, if you will take us overhead, my dear. Then Kayla said she'll help. Yes, and Kayla Norton helped me name a lot of these. Especially one of these was 100% her idea. So I'll tell you which one it
All
was when we
right.
get there.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
this thing.
tell them.
All right, so this first one, thank you, Marvin, is called Hug in a Mug. And it is full of all of the different winter
Can you turn
drinks
it this
you
way?
could ever possibly love. Yes.
Sorry. Sorry. See, guys, sorry.
So super, super fun and cute. It could be hot chocolate. It could be coffee. It could be a latte if you wanted to. I mean, it could be anything. So I'm loving this one. And what I love about this whole line is that it's wintry, not just Christmassy. So you can use it for Christmas time, but you can also use it in between, you know, the rest of winter after Christmas time too. Which one's this one?
I'm glad I
Christmas
put deodorant
spirit.
on today.
I would know, but I would never rat you out like that.
Let me just take us on a side note here about personal hygiene.
Yeah. Don't forget your deodorant, kids. Let's see.
Showering
this one,
is your friend.
so happy we can remind everyone of that in case they forgot.
Here's your mom tip of the day.
Yeah.
From a mom of a teenage boy.
From my elder.
From your elder. Respect your elders, Alex.
Never. No, okay, I'm kidding. Okay, this
Holiday
one, Christmas spirits. Oh, you're so close. This one is
I renamed it.
Christmas
Sorry.
spirit.
Surprise.
She renamed it on the spot. So, yeah, shocker. You would do that to me too. No, this is called Christmas Spirit, and I love this one because it's Christmas, but it's not traditional Christmas. It's got like reindeer and presents and all that stuff, but it's not quite your traditional red and green kind of run in the mill. Not the red and green is bad, but I really tried when I designed these prints to try and look at what 143 already had and fill in some gaps that I felt needed to be filled.
I feel
So-
like this one's going to be super popular.
I hope so. I hope you guys love it.
I'm crying
And I
already
love
over
the-
here, by the way. Like,
'Cause
my
we're laughing
mascara
so
is
hard.
going to be all over my face,
It's
guys.
gonna
It's going to be
It's
horrible.
gonna be a party.
Oh my gosh.
But
Okay.
also, hold on. Let me show you my favorite part of
My
Christmas
arm got
Spirit.
tired. I'm going to
That's
drink some
okay.
Starbucks. You go for it. I'll just sit here.
Do some curls with your Starbucks and get ready to hold some patterns. My favorite part on Christmas Spirit is these little ombre reindeer. Because even though every pattern is printed on glossy StarCraft HD, so there's no texture to it, this one kind of looks like it's almost foiled because it starts out light and it gets darker. And that was what made me obsessed with this print, honestly. So super fun. Christmas Spirit and Hug in a Mug. Next up, we have Cozy Vibes. And I'm obsessed
Look, I
with
was
it.
like,
She's like, is it? Yes.
Cozy vibes.
Cozy Vibes. And I love Cozy Vibes again because it's another good one that you can use throughout the Christmas season, but it's not quite so overtly Christmas. And I'm planning on continuing to use it after. There are some little ornaments in there, so that does kind of make it Christmassy, but I think you could use it like, you know, like January and February. If you're not a big Valentine's Day crafter, it's kind of a hole
Yep.
in the craft season because we don't really know what season to make it. Because I don't know about y'all, but after Christmas, I'm done with
Okay,
Christmas
smack me
crafts.
down.
Yeah.
Am I allowed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Vanna's arm's getting tired.
I just never know what to craft with. So I think Cozy Vibes is going to be a great addition to all your craft stuff because it's just really versatile.
I had
So.
no blocking. I know you're so excited about this one,
I am
and
so
I was trying to support you.
You're the best. You're the best.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
So our next one up
wait.
is. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Now I'm ready. I'm ready.
Is Penguin Palooza. So Penguin Palooza is so fun because you guys know that I absolutely love penguins. So I couldn't do a winter line without. Are you just gonna lift it to the ceiling?
I'm trying to get over they can see the little penguins.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're tiny.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's the beauty of
I'm
these kinds of
exercising.
prints. You are. You do I don't even know what that's
I don't
called.
exercise
I don't know.
like that.
I don't know what that is. But I'm sure it's
I
good.
fit pizza in my mouth. That's
There you go. There you go.
what I do.
So I love Penguin Palooza, and there was something I was going to say about it, but honestly, I don't remember. So let's
It's
just
a,
move
it's
on.
a penguin party.
It's a
Palooza
penguin
means party.
Palooza means party. Yes, I said
I'll
that
help you.
earlier. I had to Google it because I had to make sure that I knew what everything meant before I put it out on the internet. So I Googled it.
How much caffeine was in that?
Not the same as yours.
Michael, did you get her more caffeine than me? Because
Did you get an extra shot of espresso? Because I definitely didn't need it.
Where are you at, Michael? Help.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Connie. She said, loving these. I just joined, what is it? So Michelle, we are going over all of my brand new printed patterns that I've just added to the DIY Alex collection. And I don't think I've said this yet. They are available in adhesive vinyl and heat transfer vinyl.
Yep.
So your adhesive vinyl choices are a 12 by 12 sheet or a 12 by 24 sheet. And then the HTV choices all come in 12 by 15 inch sheets. And then you will need a transfer mask for that. We'll talk about that when we get to that craft. But these are super fun. And here's the other thing, because if you're anything like me, before we continue on these, I'll just give you some.
She told me I had to stand,
little
but
rabbit
I may
holes.
need a chair.
Well, yeah, there you go. Sit. If you need to sit, since you're the elder one of us,
Oh,
feel free to sit.
Mom, I'm gonna need you to put her in her place. This is why I'm an only child. Right here. This is why. Disrespecting me. Shame on
What
you.
was I even saying? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I am the type of consumer that I do not buy things I don't know how to use or I don't have a plan for, which I feel like might be a little bit unique. I don't know, because I also like shiny things. So I guess occasionally I buy something that I don't know how to use. But most of the time when
I'm
I
giving
buy
you
it,
that look, like that best crafty friend look.
at least I have an idea, okay? I at least have a thought when I'm going to buy it. And I know that printed patterns are not the easiest thing to craft with. They're really not. But they can be really, really great if you use them in the right way. So I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel about how to use printed patterns. And so it might not be me using the same pattern, but I think it's going to give you some good inspiration for how to work with these and make it so that they can be, you know, readable if you use it for text or just visible, because I have even made some projects that I'm like, that pattern just really doesn't work in that spot. So I tried to use that opportunity.
Offset is your friend with printed patterns. Oh my gosh.
Pretty much always.
What was that I just tried to say? Offset is your friend with printed patterns.
It is.
So this lovely penguin here would look great if you did like a blue with it, or even this red behind it to make it pop off of whatever your project was.
Yeah. Yep. Because you really need, the key for all printed patterns in general is contrast. Because if you don't have enough contrast, you're not going to be able to see whether you put it on a shirt or really anything, like a tote bag. You know, for example, so if you have a navy background like this one, we'll talk about the name for this one in a second. But like if you were doing this with Christmas doodles, you'd probably want to do a red offset or a white offset behind it. And then you can use it on whatever you want. But I recommend contrast all the time, either with the offset color or the color of the garment or the blank itself, so that you can always see what it really is.
Perfect.
So there's my tips of the day for printed patterns. Thanks, Ian. I put some thought into printed patterns.
So smart.
I want to help you guys use them because I want you guys to be excited and buy them, but I also want you to know what to do with them, because I know that can be a real point of frustration. So I totally get.
Yeah.
EJ said, I never know how to use printed patterns, but these penguins. As a little cheer from the back from Marvin's phone. So yeah, EJ, I have tons of, check out my printed pattern playlist if you want to see, say that 3 times fast, my printed pattern playlist to see how to work with printed patterns better.
How to work with Penguin Palooza printed patterns.
Penguin Palooza printed patterns are all available in my printed pattern playlist. How about that?
There we go. Dang! You got skill, girl. Okay, ready for this one?
Yeah, let's do some more names. So this is another favorite of mine because they're basically all my favorite, but this is called Christmas Doodles. And I love this one because it's so fun, and I feel like you're going to be able to fit your pattern in regardless on this one. Like no matter what you cut, you're going to be able to see it because this pattern is so close together and so tight knit. So why don't you talk a little bit about the scaling like we did last time?
Yeah.
We had a conversation about this in our 143 Live.
Wait. Hold on.
She's got one.
Shh, I'm not digging.
Hey, Gail, I'm glad you're here. Heather might be digging in the
Where's
garbage
the other
right
ones,
now.
Marvin? Can you hand me those big poinsettia ones over there? How do you all say poinsettia? Do you say poinsettia or poinsetti?
Poinsetti? I've never heard that.
Yep.
When I say it out loud, I have to say it the way that it's spelled, which it looks like poinsettias. Poinsettias is how you spell poinsettias, and I always get it wrong. Gail said, are these iron-on vinyl? So Gail, they are available in heat transfer vinyl and adhesive vinyl. So whichever you prefer to craft with, they're both available. And if you guys want to shop them, I did link it in the description for you guys. And don't forget that you can use my code ALEX5 to save 5% on these since they're not on sale.
Let's go to the front camera real quick, Marvin. So this, guys, is our original piece of the
Poinsettia Perfect.
Poinsettia Perfect.
Did y'all see that face she just gave me? She was like, oh, I don't know the name.
I don't remember the name.
Poinsettia Perfect. This
Yeah.
was the original way that it was printed.
Yes. So when this printed out and it came into my office on my desk, I looked at this and I was like, wow, this is way too big for us to use for a craft. Because when you're crafting with it, if you work with a really large pattern like this, you're not going to see much of it. You're just going to get like a itty bitty little part of the leaf, maybe a little bit of the flower itself. You're not going to see a lot of it. So what we did is we scaled it down to make it smaller, to make it easier for you to craft with.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that a lot with crafting patterns that, you know, if they're actually like designed in-house, that they will take the time to scale them down for them to work for a patterned project.
Because you'll see, and I have to say, I'm not gonna like mention any specifics here, but I have seen a lot of people who make printed patterns that I don't really think are made for crafters, because when they've got like huge florals or huge leaves, you'd have to cut something really big in order to see it. So that's why all of these patterns are scaled pretty small on purpose. That way, if you're cutting something that's, you know, maybe 4 inches wide or so, you can still get the pattern in versus having to make these huge images and text in order to get any of that. So that is all an intentional choice. And good, Kathy, and I'm glad you like the smaller version because that's the one we went with. So we already talked about these a little bit.
You want to go back to the overhead?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's okay. No, good. These are both called Poinsettia Perfect. Poinsettia Perfect. And this one is Poinsettia Perfect in navy, and this one is Poinsettia Perfect in white. So you've got some options there.
So I feel like this is us.
It is very much
so
us.
if this was us in vinyl, this is you.
Yep, I'm
and
the
this
lighter,
is me.
the lighter colors, and Heather is the darker colors. But I loved the options here because I feel like it's a modern poinsettia print, but this one is more for like the traditional red and green kind of folks that always really like that red and green style. And this one's more for like the more modern color schemes that are just a little different.
I like this one.
So yeah, I'm a big fan. Well, they're available now to shop right now. And I'm so excited. Ty, she's so sweet. She said, yes, attention to detail. You know that's the name of our game around here. Absolutely.
Did we already do this one?
Yeah, we did Christmas doodles already. And so we've got just a couple left. I'm so excited. Okay. So this next one is one that Kayla Norton came up with a name for this one. She helped me brainstorm. This one is called Merry and Light. It's a play on merry and bright. And this is another one of my top favorites, you guys, because it has that cute blush background, which is very DIY Alex, but it's also got some really cute Christmas lights and a really modern color palette. It's got like a teal and like a yellow and a white that all go together really, really well. Sorry,
You're trying to beat me up. She's hitting me.
Karate chopping Heather's arm. I just get so excited about prints.
I know, you get so excited about everything.
And that's true. That's true. It's
Yeah.
anything and everything.
I say that with love.
Absolutely, but you're also right. So that's Merry and Light, and it is one of my absolute favorites.
That's a good one.
I'm obsessed.
This is the one we're working with for our project.
Yes. This is Winter Trucks and Trees. And this is another one that I really, really love because it doesn't have Christmas lights on the trees. So it's still Christmassy and fun, but you can use it all winter long. And I just think it's going to be really versatile. You guys know how popular the trucks and trees are. So I could not possibly do a pattern line without something else, without a truck and tree involved.
Yep.
So that's all of our patterns. There are 9 of them total. So if you're going to go shop them, there's 9 of them if you want to grab each one. And like I said, I feel like a million times, they're available in heat transfer vinyl and adhesive vinyl. So whatever you prefer, whatever works best.
And the adhesive is printed. I'm just going to interrupt.
Yeah, no, do
on
it.
the StarCraft permanent adhesive HD, StarCraft HD Glossy.
Yep, so it's permanent vinyl. That's a great point. Permanent vinyl. It's going to last well outdoors, indoors, anything you want to do with it.
And it cuts like butter.
It does. It cuts like butter. It's perfect. Perfect. And then let's talk about printed pattern heat transfer vinyl for a second before we
I've
get
just
to...
made a mess. You just talk. I'll clean.
Okay.
Just like always.
Whatever. But anyways, so let's talk about printed pattern heat transfer vinyl in case you've never worked with it before. I definitely recommend you go watch my video that's called How to Use Printed Pattern Vinyl in HTV. I launched that way back with my first round of prints, and I think it's really going to help if you are unfamiliar with it. But the way that it works is that you have your printed HTV, and you're going to cut this on your Cricut machine unmirrored. So you do not mirror with pattern vinyl. You're going to cut it straight up. But what you'll notice is that it does not have a shiny side or a carrier sheet on top of it. So along with it, you need to order a heat transfer mask. And the product will ask you that on the website, whether or not you want a heat transfer mask. And the answer is yes.
Yes.
You don't have to buy a heat transfer mask for every single piece because it is reusable, but you need a few of them in order to transfer the heat transfer vinyl. And then you add this just like you would with transfer tape, but it's heat resistant. So if you put regular transfer tape on this stuff, it will totally melt and get really gross when you go to press it. So you want heat transfer mask so that you can press it with a carrier sheet on and
Yes.
you won't have to worry about the adhesive melting under all the heat.
Right. And you know, that was the one thing when I first started crafting that printed pattern HTV, it was very intimidating to me because I didn't know how to work with it.
Me too.
Like that seems a lot. Like
Yeah.
I have to have this special carrier sheet to press this. But when you break it down to the way that HTV works, like when you're working with your Soft Flex or your Easy Weed, it comes already with that carrier sheet on it. That's all it is that carrier sheet separated. It's like working with transfer tape with adhesive vinyl.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's heat resistant.
I was super intimidated by
Yes.
printed patterns when I first started. In fact, I had never used a printed pattern until I worked here. That was the first time I'd ever actually used printed pattern HTV because printed pattern vinyl works the same as regular vinyl. But it's just like, I mean, if you've worked with adhesive vinyl, it's the exact same process.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to do. I just wanted to make sure that we explained that.
So what do we make it?
So let's talk about what we're making today.
Let's make something.
We go overhead for us, Marvin, and I will explain this project because I'm so pumped about it. So we are going to be making faux leather earrings today. This is the pewter faux leather, and that's going to be, well, that's the the color that I talked about earlier, but we have some other options too that Marvin gave us. He gave us all kinds of options.
All sorts of options.
So I think we're going to be working with pewter or something, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of printed pattern on the back side of our earring to make it double-sided so that if it flips over, it still looks pretty. And then on the front side, we're going to use an X-Acto knife, or I'm going to use an X-Acto knife.
I'm not using X-Acto
Heather
knife.
doesn't do X-Acto knives, in case you
That's
don't remember.
what bonded our friendship.
It's true.
Was an X-Acto knife.
Heather sliced her finger open really bad one time that we I really had just started working here, and so I took Heather to urgent care and we've been besties ever since.
We have.
So I do the X-Acto knife work.
She even
around
tried
here.
to hold my hand
I
when they
did.
stitched up my finger.
And they made me sit down.
They made her sit down.
They were like, "Sit down, ma'am," and I was like, "Okay,
She
fine."
FaceTime with my child.
I did.
It was a bonding moment.
I did.
And she drove my car in the dark.
And we were in Alabama. Like I
Yeah.
never. It was a whole thing.
So
It was a
now
whole
here we
thing.
are.
So now here we are.
Aww.
And Heather doesn't use X-Acto knives
No.
to this day. So I will be cutting these out. But I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut around one of these trucks for each earring. So once on one side, you'll have the faux leather with a little bit of HTV. And then the back side will be the whole back side covered with HTV. If that
I'm really
makes any
excited
sense.
about this.
So this is an idea that I hatched a while ago and I'm so excited to make it happen.
I am. I'm
like
excited.
so excited. So to get started, do you want to work on the backs and I'll start cutting the
Yeah.
trees? Because that will take us a couple minutes. So what I have found, because I did a similar project for Halloween,
Mhm.
is that well, you'll have to use the transfer mask, but because they are the exact same size, they can be really hard to stick together. So I use heat resistant tape.
Oh, okay. We have some
After
of that.
we put the mask on, then you'll flip it over and use heat resistant tape. Like taped over to the
Okay.
other side, and then that will help them stay down because they are
Okay.
a little bit
Do
rebellious.
we want to like do a set of each?
I know, I kind of feel like we need to do something different. So yeah.
Yeah, like let's do a set of each. We'll do 3 sets.
Cool.
How's that?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's
So
that?
there's that. You work on those, and then I am gonna scooch it over so that I can
Okay.
cut on the
Here you go.
I can cut on the mat. And I'll start cutting these out. And cutting these out with an X-Acto knife is one of those ideas that is in my printed pattern tutorial. So you'll kind of get a chance to see how I did that with another
Can I
pattern
put these
example.
trees for
Oh,
us?
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Hey,
guys.
Jennifer, welcome, welcome. And I feel like, sorry, oh my God.
I just threw some on the floor.
So here's another question that I had when I was thinking about this project. I just realized that we have trucks that face in both directions. So do you think that we should do 2 trucks that face in the same direction for each pair? Or do we do like a left facing truck and a right facing truck?
Like we have them face towards our face?
You think so?
Or do we have them face out from our
Yeah,
face?
exactly. Or the same direction. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I feel like the trucks need to be going in the, like they need to all be driving the same way.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
that's
so
how
too.
the road works.
I
But
think so too.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do you have an opinion on that? I don't know.
I don't know what would look best.
Can I take those scissors from you? I'm going to cut out a piece so that I'm not chopping up the whole sheet. Left and right. Okay.
Okay.
Gail says left and right. I'm just going to cut a whole chunk out here so that I have some other stuff to work with. Let us know, folks, in the comments what you think about that. If you agree or if you think they should be driving the same.
So I'm just working with the heat transfer mask over here. I'm applying it to the printed pattern HTV, and I'm just squeegeeing that on there just like you would with regular transfer tape.
Yeah.
Headlights facing towards the face. I like that
Okay.
idea, Gail.
Yeah.
That's a good
Let's
one.
do it. We'll do it.
Can I have my scissors back? Or our
Yes.
scissors back?
Yes.
Or these scissors back?
No longer Laura's scissors that I used to steal
No.
for a really long time. We got our own pair. So all I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to trim around this with my X-Acto knife. But I do like to kind of, like, I don't know, kind of trim it out of the sheet first before we do it. Also, whenever you do this, make sure that you have a self-healing mat underneath you so that you're not cutting straight into your table. Marvin, is there any way you can zoom in a little bit? I feel like I'm kind of far away. Just gonna start there. I'll get as close as I can. It might not be perfect, but that's okay. And this kind of technique of cutting things out with the X-Acto knife works best when you have these pieces of the pattern that are like independent of one another. Some of these other patterns where everything is really close together, that makes it a little bit more challenging. So I would recommend sticking to patterns like this that actually have the individual elements that work best for this. Oops, I cut off the front of the truck, but it's
Are you
fine.
okay over
It's
there?
fine.
Do I need to be concerned?
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. That's also an inside joke between Heather and I. Because on that same fateful trip to Alabama, when we were looking for the hotel,
I did nothing.
we were driving around. Mom was driving, not me. And
Your mom was with us?
no, you.
Oh, dang. I was trying not to.
And we were driving around, and Heather, she like ran into the sidewalk. But instead of just being like, oops, she like did like the arm thing that your mom does across from you when she's afraid you're gonna hit the dashboard.
I was
And then she was like, shh, 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 it's fine, it's fine. Like she was shushing me like a baby. And so now we say that everything's just fine, fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Kristen said, what leather are you using again? Kristen, we are using the faux leather that 143 vinyl carries. And so I guess we didn't talk about the other colors. You want to talk about what the other colors are called? This one is pewter. So it's kind of like a shiny metallic. What are these? What's this one called again? I can't remember.
Ooh, do you know what that is?
One of them's the leopard.
Yeah, we have a leopard faux leather. And then is it like, we're going to look up the name for y'all because we can't remember. But they're all available on 143 vinyl. I also linked the faux leather in the description of the video too, in case you guys want to check it out. I love faux leather crafts. Did you find it, Marvin?
I'm on the struggle bus.
Yeah, it's the faux leather sheet tan leopard,
Okay,
and then the other
Tan
one
leopard.
is going to be the distressed bison brown.
I think it's gray.
Oh, it's gray.
Yeah.
Then it's the sheet metallic. No.
It's one of the, I think, is it
Oh,
called
sorry,
distressed?
sheet distressed ash gray.
Okay, so I was like, it's something like that. Yeah, so this one is the ash gray. It's a totally matte looking, almost like a suede looking faux leather. And then we have the pewter that's shiny. And then we have the tan leopard. So those are the three that are on there. But my Alex 5 code works on the faux leather as well. So if y'all want to check it out, definitely a good time, especially if you're already ordering patterns. Super fun. There's so many things that you can do. Like, in fact, the tutorial that I put out yesterday, I show you guys how to make a mini palette ornament using faux leather.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I made a little mini palette using popsicle sticks, and then I cut a Christmas tree out of faux leather and stuck that on the very front. And it turned out so cute. It's a project that I saw on Pinterest, like, I feel like a million years ago when I first got my Cricut, and I looked for the Pinterest pin to try and give it credit, and I can't find it because it's so old. Oh yeah, there you go, Heather. See,
I didn't use heat tape.
You didn't need it? Okay, good.
I just made my transfer tape bigger.
Okay,
My heat transfer.
okay. Cut your heat transfer tape a little bit bigger
Yeah, I
than
made
your...
it into a square.
Okay. Whoops, okay. So it's kind of tricky when you're doing this with an X-Acto knife. You just have to try it and see if it comes off. And then if not, you just gotta slice some more. Whoop. Try not to stab you. That would be ideal. So I'm just pulling it away. Oh. I'll still connect it up there somewhere. There we go. Y'all are quiet in the comments.
I feel like we're quiet too.
I know,
Like,
we are a little quiet.
concentrating.
We're a little focused. So I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'm going to hold it up to the camera so you can see better. So that's where I'm at so far. I still need to cut a little bit of the blue away from the background. But it's pretty close.
Oh, good job.
So it doesn't, you know, it doesn't take a ton of concentration or anything. It just depends on how complex your shape is. Depends on how long it's going to take you to cut out each element. And be super, super careful, of course, whenever working with the X-Acto knife.
Oh yeah.
I love these. This X-Acto knife is sold at 143, and I love this thing because it does have like the replaceable blades. So that way you can just buy one knife. You don't have to constantly buy X-Acto knives. I used to have like the $2 ones from just, you can get basically anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that always drove me nuts because I was always like dulling up all my knives and having to buy another one.
I'm over here on the wood using my transfer mask
Yeah.
because it wasn't getting like enough squeegeed
Oh,
on the
okay.
mat. So that's what's happening over here, guys. I'm just
Cool.
using it on the harder surface because a lot of times if you're working on a surface that has more give to it, you're not going to get as much pressure on it to transfer it. So you really got to look at the surface you're working on.
Yeah, that does make a big difference. You're right.
Just like if you're using an easy press, you can't do it on a white table that has any give to it. You want something that's solid and wood, you know, that's going to
Yeah, like wood or tile,
rigid.
basically.
Yeah.
So here's my first one cut out, and it's not even perfect. It's got some blue around the tree, but I think it's close enough.
Good job. Yeah.
So it looks something like this. So this is what we're going to put on the front of each earring, and then Heather is working on the backs of all of them. So this one has a truck facing that way, so now I need one facing this way. I'm gonna borrow these scissors.
Okay, go ahead.
In fact, I might just cut out all the ones that I need so that I can get moving on them
And I'm just using my tweezers just to kind of
to position it.
guide my printed pattern.
And it is tricky. You do have to spend some time lining it up on the back of the earring so that it's just right. But it's really not bad. And then I also brought another tool for you guys, my Crop-A-Dial. That's a really good tool to have if you're working with faux leather, because even though technically this pattern did have like a hole at the top of it, when you scale it down and make it really small, it's not really going to have a hole that you can actually use. So you're better off buying a Crop-A-Dial and then making your own hole rather than trying to rely on the one from the file. Because I've just found that over time, I just don't really like what they look like. Like some of them, the hole is huge on the earring, and I just think it looks silly. I also love this method because look how little I'm using. Like if I just cut the trucks out of this sheet, I'm barely using any HTV at all.
So I'm using the Cricut Mini Press, and we sell these on the 143 Vinyl website. But if you notice with it, you don't use it like a typical easy press. You want to go across it and move it around to get everything to adhere. It's not just a sit and pressure.
Yeah, it's definitely a different technique. Lindsay said, it's my favorite knife because it's thicker. I suck with the thinner ones. Agreed, Lindsay. And I feel like I'm not like, I can put some pressure on this and I'm not like bending the blade. Those really cheap ones, they just feel cheap, to be honest. Taya said, the front is smooth, so the back side is the big piece and not smooth. I don't know what that means. Oh, Kristen said, does it matter what side of the leather you apply the HTV to? Kristen, you can do whatever you want. A lot of people will make their faux leather earrings like double-sided. So they'll cut two pieces of faux leather to do that. And you certainly can if you prefer that. But I like the idea of using HTV on the back because it's not quite as expensive as faux leather. And you know, the more faux leather you cut, obviously, the more that you're using. So I like putting HTV on the back because I think it still looks good. But it's not quite as pricey. But you can do it on either side because we're going to be putting it on the front and the back side. in one capacity or another. But I like, so technically you can use faux leather in your heat press. I have done it. But it does tend to flatten a little bit. And 143's faux leather is a little bit better than some. That it doesn't flatten quite as much. But if you have access to something like an easy press, or even if you were just using your iron in this case, I think that would work better.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, I would. You know, the mini Easy Press, you remember when we carried those for Black Friday? And
Yeah.
we used it for those projects, and neither one of us had one. And we were like,
No.
oh, we need this. So both of us bought it on
We
Black
did.
Friday.
We bought it on Black Friday. I think it was last year because both of us were like, I just don't really think I'd use that. And then we used it on a live and we immediately went upstairs and bought it because it is actually so handy to have.
It
I
is.
have to give
It's
it
great.
credit. I underestimated it when I first saw what it was and what it was used for. And now I use mine way more than I thought I would.
And we use it a lot here for the
For
marketing
lives?
team.
Yeah. Marvin, do you use your mini Easy Press a lot?
Oh my god! Like I honestly, like if it's a small project, I'll use it. I really don't have too many big projects. Everything's a small project.
Yeah.
So like I use it all the time.
Yeah.
And just like you guys Black Friday when we saw them, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna use it. Like, well, I'm just gonna buy it, and I bought it, and I literally use it every day.
Yeah.
I don't really see the need of bringing out my big heat press or using the big heat press. So it's like a shirt, and it has to be a big decal on the shirt. So just do like a little like emblem or something in like the corner.
Yeah, like a pocket
You know,
logo.
a little pocket logo. I
Mhm.
use the Easy Press when I do jackets for like my teams. It comes in real handy.
Oh,
Because, like, with the
yeah.
lettering and the names and stuff on the left and right chest, it's easier to get to that than trying to position it in a heat press.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really helpful.
They're great for can coolers, too.
They are.
Yeah.
Can
Can
holders, any of the keychain, the hand sanitizer holders, the
I'm
earbud
struggling
cases.
over here, friend.
Are you? It's not the easiest thing to do, to be honest. It's not impossible, but it takes like a little bit of finesse to get it right.
And I'm so impatient.
Yeah, this one does take a little bit of patience and a little bit of tediousness, but it turns out so cute. It's worth it.
And
Don't
I will
worry.
say that with a printed pattern, like you could take it and just apply it to your heat transfer mask by hand. If it's like a solid shape or anything like that, you don't have to transfer it like a piece of transfer tape unless you really want to.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like she said, if it's like a big design that's intact, you just do whatever works. Don't necessarily. I think one of the things that we get a little bit caught on sometimes as crafters is kind of what the rules are. But don't worry so much about the rules
Yeah.
and just do what makes sense for the project that you're doing.
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to like actually get, printed pattern vinyl on the heat press. Elves. Kayla said they're great for elves.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the mini press would be perfect for that. Oh, you guys, I just had an idea.
Oh my gosh. Watch out, world.
What if you used printed pattern HTV on either ribbon or faux leather and made reusable gift bows
Oh, look what I just
that you could use every single year?
Oh, that's cute.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Wah, wah.
Taya said, how hot does it get? You know, Taya, I honestly don't know. So the way that the settings work is it works with these little waves and you just press the button. It only has one button on it and you just press it to light up each wave. So I do most HTV on the second wave. But I've even seen people sublimate on small items using this thing. Like on the Corinne did a video on, is it chapstick holders?
Yeah.
Maybe that people use these on. So I mean, it gets really, really hot, and I always just put it on the second wave, and I always think that's fine.
We're so quiet because we're concentrating.
I know. Sorry, guys. This one takes like a little bit of focus on being
They're
quiet. Try
so
not to cut my
pretty.
fingers. It just turned out so fun. I just love it. I love it. Oh, you trimming it away? Oh, that's a good idea. That way, if you don't get it exactly where you need it, you just trim it. Ta-da! So easy.
So I'm going to show you guys how you can do this without like transferring it with the transfer mask.
That's a good idea.
Just to give you a little sneak peek in the world.
Buddy.
Kiara said that's what she was wondering for sublimating.
Yeah, you can. Now, granted, you have to be careful because with sublimation, you don't want a ton of motion, and the mini Easy Press is made to like
move.
So you have to be careful with what you're doing, but it can work.
I'm just peeling this right off of the backing, and then I'm gonna put it on the heat transfer mask by hand.
Peeling it off there.
So if you have a large shape, like and you're having a struggle trying to get the heat transfer mask to pick it up, then you can just take it and pull it off yourself and put it on the transfer mask and do what you need to do.
That's such a great idea.
I just remember being so intimidated by printed pattern, and I look back and I kind of laugh now because of how far I've come, but I really was, guys. I had never used printed pattern HTV until I worked here because I was nervous. And then once I saw it, I was like, why was I nervous about this for so long? I think most things are like that. Like after you try it, you're like, wait a minute, why was I nervous?
Yeah. Gail said it's great making banners that are sashes and love using the mini press on earrings and shoes.
Ooh, look at you, Caleb, bringing the fire with some ideas. Yeah, there really are a lot more uses for it than I initially gave it credit. I had to use it first, and then I was like, oh man, this thing is fun. And that would be a great Christmas gift, you guys. I know that for those of us with non-crafty family and friends, they know that we love crafty gifts, but it can be kind of hard to buy for us because what we like is very specific, and if you don't know what you're looking at,
it's so hard.
It can be really hard to like explain something that we would like without having to know like what our favorite color is and what kind of projects we're making. So a mini easy press would be a great Christmas present from a spouse, and it's like $50 most of the time, isn't it?
They're pretty cheap. I'm not sure the exact price.
I think on sale they're $50. They might be a little bit more than that regular price, but that's a great price point for your friends and family to buy for you.
Oh yeah.
Because that's typically, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm looking at a budget, that's typically, I'm looking for like $50 gifts, usually for me. So I think that's a perfect price point, and it's a great, easy way to ask for someone for Christmas.
Right. And you could also, they could make you up a bundle of like faux leather and vinyl and a little mini heat press for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the struggle.
I know. This one's just, it's a little tedious. But I'm excited to see these when they're done.
Me too.
He said, I'm going to make a hair bow with one of your patterns for my mini and send you a photo. Please do. Oh my gosh, I would love that. Gail said, it's great making, oh, that was Gail that said that. Okay. Yeah. Such a great idea. So many fun things.
Right.
I feel like we went from so high energy to such
we're
low energy.
concentrating.
We went from like jumping around here.
Don't worry, it'll happen again once we get the tedious part.
And especially with an X-Acto knife, I mean, you do want to be focused.
That's what I'm like trying to stay over here away from you. I'll just be
you do want to be focused because it is important to not cut yourself. It's not a good time. Both get so quiet. I know. Sorry. It's like when you're eating good food at a restaurant and everyone goes silent.
Yeah.
It's like not a bad thing, but it does get awkward for a minute because everyone gets quiet.
Everybody gets quiet. They're shoving food in their faces.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. If you notice, I'm using the same piece of transfer tape. I'm not throwing it away. Or of the same heat transfer mask.
Yeah.
Transfer tape. Same thing. But it's heat resistant. Don't use regular transfer tape.
Do not. No.
Don't do it.
Because it will not be successful.
You'll have a mess.
Yeah. You'll have a goopy mess of adhesive everywhere. Oh, that one's being stubborn. Okay. Whew.
You alright?
Yeah. I'm sweating. I'm concentrating.
How many
There we
trucks you
go.
got cut out? 3. Well, we can do 2 pairs with the truck.
Okay.
And then
Maybe
we
one
can
pair
do
without.
1 pair without.
Yeah.
Okay, so here my transfer tape's getting a little less sticky, so I'm gonna use the heat transfer mask is getting a little less sticky. So I'm gonna use some heat tape.
Heat resistant tape, yeah. Heat resistant tape is a great thing to have, regardless of the type of heat source that you use for your HTV.
Yep. And we offer that on 143's website. We
Yes.
have the brown now and we have Caesar.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And it's just really handy to have, honestly, for anything. Jacqueline said, just joined. What are you making? Hi, Jacqueline. We are making faux leather earrings using my new DIY Alex winter patterns.
We're making a hot mess as well.
Yes, we are making a bit of a hot mess because Heather and I are kind of a hot mess, but that's okay. So we are doing faux leather is the base of the earring, and we are putting a full cutout of the pattern on the back. And then on the front of the earring, we're going to have an individual truck and tree cut out. So I am cutting out these little guys. We're using an X-Acto knife. You can see the ones I've done already here. And that's going to go on the front of the earring. I just cut through the tire of that one, so good thing we have some extras.
And I'm taking the faux leather, and on the back of it, I'm putting the printed pattern HTV that she's cutting the trucks out of.
Yeah. So it's going to be kind of, we're going to make it into a double-sided earring. Not only because I think that will be cute, but I know a lot of people who like to make their earrings double-sided with faux leather. And I don't think that that's a bad thing if you prefer that look. But this way, when the earring turns around, it will have HTV on the back and look totally different rather than having the same faux leather on the back. And it's a little cheaper than cutting multiple shapes of faux leather and gluing
Well, think
them
of
together.
how many earrings you could get out of one piece of this HTV.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's a 12 by 15 sheet.
Yeah, so I mean, you could really get a ton, honestly.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of things that not only are they fun and festive, but they make great gifts because they're relatively cheap. And if you buy a couple sheets of faux leather and a couple sheets of HTV, you can get a ton of gifts out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a great gift idea because I don't know about y'all, but I'm always looking to make gifts and save money with my Cricut in any way I can. So I'm just going around the lines of it. And once you do the first one, you kind of get used to like where you need to cut. You get a little bit better at it. But I'm just trying to eliminate the blue background as much as I can.
How you
There
going?
we go.
You good?
Good, yeah. And then this is going to be the last truck I think I'm going to cut if we're just going to do 2 pairs with the truck on the front side. That way it doesn't take me forever in a day.
Yeah, I was like, you'll be here all day.
Yeah. Yep.
Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You could, you know what would be really pretty? You could use Poinsettia Perfect for this craft too. And you could make some Christmas earrings with a poinsettia on the front and a full sheet on the back. That'd be so
That'd
cute.
be so pretty. So pretty.
I love a good pair of holiday earrings. Now you're singing Christmas
Now I'm
music
singing
because
Christmas
we're in the mood. It's a
Alright.
Christmassy craft.
Clean up my mesh.
Except that it's 68 degrees.
I know.
Here
We
in
had
Louisville.
to turn the air conditioning on.
Yeah. Yeah, we went live on 143's page earlier, so if you guys follow 143 on Facebook, be sure to go over and check that out because we did a totally different craft over there. So that's another idea for you guys to use your faux leather with.
Kayla said, don't melt that self-healing mat.
I know, because I am a pro at melting my self-healing mat.
Oh, did you melt it?
Yes, I did a craft with my big Easy Press, and I forgot the heat-resistant Easy Press mat underneath, and I made a huge hump in the middle of my self-healing mat during a mystery box craft last time I did mystery boxes. Or no, that was back in January, actually. So make sure you have something underneath.
Oh my goodness.
Before you start doing
I didn't
that.
realize that. Maybe you told me that and I just didn't
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah, I definitely melted. And I didn't necessarily melt it. It just created a huge hump in it. And so I couldn't use it anymore because it was not
Oh,
flat.
I remember that because you had to order a new one.
Yes, and then I was afraid I couldn't find them. And oh my gosh, it was like a whole thing.
The whole thing.
I didn't do a whole thing. And I still like to forget it to this day sometimes. Even though I messed up and I usually remember mistakes like that. Sometimes I still struggle. Here we go. There.
I'm just trimming the excess off.
Okay, that's a good idea. And that way, if you don't get it perfectly on there, it's super easy to fix it. Okay, so now I've got 4 trucks facing each other. So each one of these I will transfer onto some transfer mask, and then we will add them to the front of the earrings.
So we have to put transfer.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Between it and the
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's not directly on the Easy Press. Good
All right.
point.
Did you already pull the back of it off?
No.
Okay, here you go.
Shoe. Yeah.
Here you go. So we'll just do the same process.
Carrie Ann said, I did that also with my mat. So sad. I know. Oh, thank you, Kayla. She said it was on the wine bag.
Mm.
I knew I was using my big Easy Press for that. And I was like, oh my gosh. Watched it happen in real time.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. It was a mess. See, just come right up. And then, can I have a pin pen?
Pin pen, yes.
Thank you. I'll just peel that backing.
That's what, if you notice, she flipped it over. A lot of times
Yes.
it's the easiest way to work with the printed patterns because it can be a little stubborn.
Yeah. Need to get like a corner started.
Are you going to do another one?
Yeah, if you want to make it go a little faster.
I just broke your pin pen. Uh-oh. It has a lifetime warranty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, guys. Did you guys know that a pin pen has a lifetime warranty?
We're just breaking all the tools in here.
I
today.
know.
I broke tweezers earlier.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't break them.
I forgot about that.
I-
Well, they were already broken.
Yes.
You know?
Are you-
I did not think about this part. Probably should have put it, well, I don't know how else you do it, though. You know what I mean?
That you should have taken. We should have taken the backing off before.
Yeah.
Probably on a square.
Yeah, cut a square and then put it on this and then cut it off, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Could have done that a little bit better.
Don't mind us. We'll be here.
Hold
There's another pen over there.
on. Yeah.
That's it. What the problem is we have nothing to grab a hold of.
Yeah, I'm trying to get pull the backing off of the truck, and since there's no surrounding thing to pull, it's kind of tricky. Kristen said, "Is there a way to clean fuzzies off your pin pen?" Good question. I would maybe stick it into like a ball of sticky vinyl and see if that will grab the fuzzies off for you. Did you try tweezers and it didn't work?
Yeah. We didn't think this through.
Nope, sure
Hot
didn't.
mess.
Putting the hot mess over here.
So maybe we won't put trucks on it.
Yeah, might not end up doing that. That'd be sad, because that's what I just did. But we'll see.
Pray for us, guys. Pray for us.
Heather's backing came off, no problem. This is just poor planning on my part. Darn it.
I got an edge.
You got one? You can do
Looks
it.
like y'all doing surgery.
Kind of.
I feel like
Kind
I'm
of
on
is
Grey's-
surgery.
I feel like I'm on Grey's Anatomy.
Robin said, didn't know there was a lifetime warranty. I have broke 2 and they are just sitting there. There you go.
Oh,
Give
Robin.
143 a call.
Reach out. 502-909-3100.
Yeah. I'm still peeling off the thing. Hey, Lisa, how are ya? You might have to do it, Mom.
Am I pulling, or am I cut? Did you cut the window out?
Yes.
Man, you did go extra.
I did go extra. Well, it's blue. And I wanted to get rid of all the blue background.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
course you
Because
did.
I'm me and I can't help myself.
Man, I've missed you.
I missed you too, but was that a sarcastic I missed you
No.
or a real one?
That was a real one.
Tia said, after all that cutting, I would have forgot to peel the back off. Well, it would not stick, and that's how we would know that we had forgotten, right? It would definitely let us know because we would forget. Well, maybe if you can just peel the edge off this one, maybe we can just do one pair like that.
Yeah.
How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
Well, I'll have to redo this one and figure out a better way to do it for you guys because I know that it can be done. I just want to do it a way that is going to be a little easier because this is not the easiest.
Is there another pair of tweezers over there?
Yep, a red pair. Try those. What about the scissor weeding tool? No, I don't think it's sharp enough.
Man.
Me do a difficult project? It's supposed to be easy, but actually turns out to be a pain. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I almost got it.
You can do it.
No. Yeah, I got an edge. I got an edge.
So what
I did it,
happened?
I did it.
Mine tore right in the middle.
Oh no.
Like the back piece.
Yeah, I know. It does kind of tear when it's It's tricky.
Ooh, ooh.
I
I did it, guys!
You did it! Woohoo! Told you guys we would make you go deaf at least once if you don't turn your volume down.
This was fun.
Okay. Now, so I've got an edge on my tire. And I'm going to cut that little edge so she doesn't lay back down.
Which ones do you want these on?
Let's do the pewter ones.
Ooh, she barely fits. Barely.
Barley.
Like right there?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right there?
That is exactly what I had in my brain. Yay.
It's like they think we're professionals or something, that we're supposed to know how to do this stuff.
Well, it's so funny because I don't know. I love that feeling when you have a project idea in your head and when it turns out and you see it in your real life right in front of you.
We'll just wait
That's
till you
so
see this one,
exciting.
girl. Just wait. Oh, part of my truck, or part of my trees off my truck. my trees off.
Off the back of the earring. Yay!
Look, guys.
It worked.
It worked.
And then last, we have to put the hardware on.
Would you like me to, you got that? You want me to do that and you do the hardware?
Yeah.
Trade.
I got it half off there.
Yeah. I got
Halfway
you.
there. Halfway there.
Here's the
You
hardware.
guys, look how cute. So it's got a truck on one side. Hey, Sherry. She said, yippee. Exactly. So that's the back side of the earring, and here is the front side. So it looks super cute. So what we need to do, so here's what I was talking about. There is a teeny tiny hole cut right there, but y'all cannot see that because it's way too small. So what you want is a crocodile tool like this. I think I got this one from like Hobby Lobby or
But we
Michael's.
sell
Oh, wait,
them.
that's right. 143 sells them now. When I bought them, they didn't. But 143 sells this kit on their website. And it is awesome to have because then you can cut your own holes. So you can actually cut your own holes on there. So it's been a while since I did this. Let me look at how I want to do it here. So you want to do the smaller one, which is, wait a minute, this one. Yeah. So you can see on each side of it, there's a different size hole. That's what size hole it's going to make in your earring. So I like to use the smaller one. And then you use this to set, you use this little black thing right here to set how far in you're going to set your earring so that it's the same in both. So then what you do, oh, wait a minute, I think this one.
See, this is why I love the tweezers. Like, they're so versatile.
Yeah,
Like,
they
watch.
really are.
Like,
I
could
love to have
pull
those.
the truck up that I got a
There we
bubble in when I was transferring it. Like, I can mess with it, and then I can use the end of it right here, and I just take it and just lay it back down. Isn't that just the best?
That's awesome.
And I can work my bubble out, especially with like super small projects. Don't be breaking my earrings. I work so hard.
No,
over
well,
there.
what you have to punch it kind of fast because it needs to go through the faux leather and the HTV, but now you can see the hole at the top there. So now it works a little bit better.
Okay.
You get it?
I got
You're
it.
the best. Look at you go. And then I have these linked in my Amazon store. That's where I have the like little ring of jump rings and hooks.
Sorry, I just
You want to match them up and make sure they look the same. For sure.
Does it need to go down further? Or does that look about right?
I think it's really close because the trees are even. So yeah.
Alright.
So then you need a jump ring, of course. And that's where you want your jewelry pliers. Where'd you put that second pair of?
Oh, I've got like multiple.
Oh yeah,
pairs.
okay. So you want either a pair of jewelry pliers and a ring tool, which I love, or you can use 2 pairs of jewelry pliers, either way. And what you want to do,
Ta-da!
yay!
There you go. Look,
There's
there's
the
our
other
other one,
pair.
guys. There you
Woo! What color do you think for hardware? Do you think like there's like a bright silver and then there's more of like a muted silver? Which do you think? I think in the darker.
I am too.
Okay.
I'd like these, please,
Okay, perfect.
with gold hardware.
Yeah. Ooh,
Don't you
yeah,
think?
girl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That'd be
Okay.
cute.
There you
Yes.
go.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a jump ring that matches. And these are teeny tiny. So if you're like me, you gotta get real close. Oh, people are saying we're muted.
Are we muted?
I can see our mic.
Oh,
moving.
maybe are they picking the muted gold or the muted silver?
Muted silver.
Oh, we're so smart.
Talk about hot mess.
We're
You guys
so
are all
pretty
right. You
and
guys are all right.
smart.
They're like, oh, you're muted.
Marvin just gave us a big eye roll.
Sarah's like, I can hear you all. Like, wow.
We asked you guys a question, and then we're like, "What are you talking about?"
Tia's like, no, muted gray, dingbats. Wow, we're so smart some days.
Oh, good times, guys.
It's warm in here, that's why. That's
It
the
is.
problem.
It's hot in here. Okay, so whenever you open your jump rings, I know this is really small, so you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but you want to go opposite with your jewelry pliers. You don't want to pull them apart because then it's really hard to match them back up. So I like to go like that to open them up. That way you can just match them right back up.
I'm horrible at this, so I always let Alex do this part when making jewelry.
It's not hard, but it definitely takes some practice.
I can peel the trucks off, but I can't put jewelry on.
Will you give me a hook out of there, please?
You sure you trust me with this?
I do. Well, you just have to pick one.
I can't even get the bag open. Hold on.
Lord have mercy. Now you're going to use your tweezers to pick one.
There you go, darling.
You're so funny. Thank you. I'll need a second one here in a minute. If you
I
just
already
wanna
have
pick
it
one.
for
Oh,
you.
you're the best. Okay, so I'm gonna hang my earring hardware on there and then close them back. Just like that.
Ta-da!
And then if you want to be sure, you can use this middle section on the jewelry pliers to kind of squish it and make sure it
Nice.
matches. And then when you're done, you'll want to make sure to turn your earring hardware to make sure that it's facing the correct direction. But it looks something like that.
Look how cute.
Okay.
We
So
did
there's
it.
that. Yeah. And so we're just
Teamwork
gonna
makes
follow
the
that.
dream work.
Sure does.
Even as a hot mess.
Even a hot mess teamwork.
Sherry says, "Oh, that's why they give you so many in a package. Because if you mess it up, you can still eventually finish. No, I just give up. I
Just
get
leave
frustrated.
it unfinished. Yeah.
Like it is something that frustrates me normally. I don't know.
So you have to kind of punch it like a hole punch.
So I have a pair of those from like back when I did some scrapbooking.
Yeah.
Those are where those
from.
originate from in the world. Use them for pop rivets, and it comes with pop rivets.
yeah. I got rivets in mine. Yep.
Yep.
I've never used a rivet in my life. I only bought it for the tool.
I figured that's what you were saying, Sherry. You said mess it up. See, I put in the up for you. I didn't think you meant mess it. So, I got you, girl.
Yes, Kayla, thank you. She just dropped the link to my Amazon store. That's where you can find the hardware for the little jewelry jump rings and the matching hooks. And they don't come together. They're separate products. I just found one that I have, I think every one of these jump rings also matches all of the earring options all the hook options that I have. But they are totally separate products. You just have to find some that match. Yay!
Those
So then
look
we have a
adorable.
complete set, which they would go this way if you were wearing them. You'd want to go like this, but that's what they look like.
Yay!
Isn't that fun? And then the backside looks like this.
How cute are those?
So that's a super fun way to use printed patterns. Okay, now we're going to do Heather's pair. She has tan leopard on the front and trucks on the back. And we're going to do gold hardware for hers. So I'll get out the gold bag of hooks.
She's digging. Dig,
Yes.
dig.
There's like a bunch. Oh, wait a minute. I think that these match better.
Yes.
Don't you think? Yeah. I probably should get an organizer for these, but I feel like I've had them a million years and the bags work fine.
Yeah, it seems fine.
So I just work with the bags. Oh my goodness.
I need more
Starbucks is
caffeine.
wearing off, I know.
I should have gotten an extra shot. We bowl on Tuesday nights.
Oh
We're
yes.
doing a bowling league,
Yeah.
so we don't get home till late, and so
Yeah.
then Wednesdays I'm like, oh my gosh,
Sleepy.
I just need caffeine all day to survive.
Yeah. It's tricky.
And I've been working on Black Friday stuff, so
Yes,
you know.
Black Friday is coming, and y'all, everyone who does, oh wait, I need to punch your holes first. Black Friday just will drain you. It's fun, but it's exhausting. Okay, so I'm gonna stick my little earring down.
I
in
feel like this is your
spot.
favorite part.
Yes, I like it. I like trying to get everything centered and looking good.
And I'm gonna yawn again. Oh, sorry guys.
Okay. And it's tricky to get, especially shapes like this, to get the hole centered. So you want to take your time, but nice and slow. Oh, there we go. Got some scraps in there.
Did you get it?
I can see the little piece of the hole, but that's okay.
It'll be fine. It's
fine.
fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Everything's fine. As I get like brain surgeon concentration. There we go.
Good job.
See, with 2 layers, you gotta make sure you pull. So yeah, so it can be a little tricky, but you want to try to center your holes at the top of your earrings right
Those
there.
look great.
Thanks. But I made a lot of earrings where I get all the way through it and then I get to the last part and I mess it up and I'm like, ugh. So frustrated. So then we'll just open up our jump rings again. Like, oh my goodness! Don't do it.
I need a pillow and a blanket. What is happening?
Okay.
I'm one of those people, I start yawning and I can't stop yawning.
I know.
It's
You
like
could use
sneezing.
some,
Yes. Here, hold on.
Thank
I
you.
got my handy dandy tweezers.
Call the handy dandy tweezers to do it.
One,
Thanks.
2.
You can literally pick any out of the bag, and she has to be extra and get it with her tweezers, just in case.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I don't want to make a mess and drop them
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm being respectful of your
That is
crafting
very
supplies.
nice. That is
You're
very
like,
nice
oh my
of
god,
you."
my friend is crazy.
Yeah, Gail said the heat may be putting you to sleep. That's
It
probably
is.
true.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So there's one side, and there's the other side, and they're so cute.
Ooh.
So cute.
I'm loving the leopard with this on the
Yeah.
back with that teal. Look at
Super
that,
fun.
guys. Good choice, Marvin, with the leopard. How did you
Yeah.
know?
You're just good like that.
I just have an eye for design.
Oh no. Well, I lost it. This, just like you said, Gail, they give you a lot because you be dropping these things. These are like 4mm, I think. They're super tiny little jump rings. I personally prefer the look of small jump rings on my jewelry so it's not so distracting. But these guys, they can be
See, I'm older and I can't see
tedious.
those. My 42-year-old eyes are
Yeah.
like, what is that? I need to squint.
That's why I get within like 6 inches of it. So
I need
can
to
see
borrow
it.
Marvin's readers.
My papers.
Your papers?
Oh my gosh.
Marvin and more coffee. Oh.
Okay.
It's like 5 yawns. They're like, oh, she's putting her to sleep. What is happening right now? I swear.
Well, this
I'm
part's a little tedious, so I'm focused, which is why I'm probably not sleepy.
You're almost done. You got this. You got this.
Aw, Diana said, Heather, you are a good friend. She
Aw.
is. She's a great friend.
Thanks, Diana. I try. I'm a lot to deal with most days.
We're both a lot. That's just who we are as human beings. Both of us are like a lot.
Ooh.
Shemay said peepers. Yep. So there's Heather's pair. And the back. Ooh. Dory said, okay, so I have the best idea ever. You ladies plus Marvin and Kate need to come down to my house in Tennessee and we can have a super fun crafting party.
That sounds amazing.
That would be super fun, Dory. That'd be a great time.
What part of
Great
Tennessee?
time. Yeah, what part of Tennessee, Dory?
'Cause, like,
Where are
I'm
we
from-
coming?
I'm from there. And-
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Marvin's from Kate.
I always
Or
forget
from
that.
Kate. From Tennessee.
Kate is my mother. It's out. Everyone knows. Secrets out, guys.
She said Marvin's from Kate.
Oh my gosh. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
my
done for the day.
word.
It's time
And
for
my
me.
mama.
Wow.
Here, we'll do, okay, we'll do.
One day she dropped me at downstairs
You're killing me.
in the 143 Vinyl Studio.
So here's the front and back of both of our sets of earrings. And so they turned out so cute. Right?
Wow.
See, it'll be back. It'll come back.
It will come back. See, we always get more exciting. As soon as we start talking again, we're always just full of it.
Those are
Wow.
cute.
They turn out so fun, you guys. So thank you for hanging out with us while we made them.
Yeah.
So just to recap, in case you guys joined us late or you've been here for like an hour and a half or something, however long we've been
Yeah,
live.
it's 4:45.
So it's been,
An
yeah.
hour and 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it's been a long time. So, just to recap, we have my DIY Alex collection of winter patterns that is now available at 143 Vinyl. So they're linked in the description. Yeah, which also you can see behind us because we're in 143 Vinyl studio today. So you can check that out over on their website, and don't forget to use my code Alex5 to save 5% on that. I also linked the faux leather that we are using. Just to recap that, the colors are pewter. This is tan leopard. And then we also had distressed ash
Yep.
gray for the colors in case you want to get some similar ones. But you can take advantage of all these ideas with pretty much any of the patterns. They just watch my printed pattern ideas video because it'll give you a better explanation of like which patterns work well for this and which do not, because it definitely does make a big difference. So yeah, and I have lots of video resources if you're not sure what to do with printed patterns. I have plenty of videos already on my channel supporting that and teaching you what to do, because if you're anything like me, I gotta know what I'm doing before I buy them. So that'll give you some great ideas.
Unless it's shiny and
and
sparkly, and then
inspiration.
she has to buy it.
That's true. I would probably buy it anyways if it was shiny and sparkly. But just in case, I like to try and answer. Well, I was talking to someone earlier and she goes, "You always just answer our questions." And I said, all I do is step into your shoes because I'm a crafter too. And I already know that if you are buying something, you're going to want to know what to do with it. You want ideas and inspiration, and that's what I'm here for.
Oh,
hopefully
you're
that
so
helps.
darn cute together, and the giggles are making my doggy come into the doorway and looking for someone else to pet her. Oh, but we would pet the doggy. if it was
Absolutely,
here.
we
love
would pet your dog,
doggies.
Sherry. Absolutely, absolutely. One time, I'm gonna have to convince Heather to bring Bella on a live.
Yes,
She has her little puppy, and it is the cutest
it's a short
little dog, and she's so sweet, and she's just good. She's a good little girl.
She beats Marvin up.
Well, she might be Marvin up, but generally she's pretty sweet, at
Yeah.
least to me.
She comes to work with me most days.
Yeah,
she
she's
sleeps
just-
under my desk.
She's just so cute.
Yeah,
So one
she's
day
a
we'll have
mess.
to get a live on there and tell her. Sherry said, "Thank you all. You helped me pass the time at work in another productive way." Hey, there you go, Sherry. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I'm so glad you guys could be here. And thank you so much for hanging out.
Yes,
And for being here, and thank you to Heather and the 143 Vinyl team for dealing with all of my stuff.
all those big
um,
emails you sent me.
Yeah,
She sends me
long
big
list, long emails, detailed instructions, because y'all know what I
Yep.
do. So thank you, 143 Vinyl team, for killing it. And let me know if you guys have any questions. And if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that too, because then you'll get notified every single time I put out a new video. Love you guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.